Welcome to class then today. Happy Friday, happy snow day. I hope you're staying warm, and if you have to travel today that you're safe. And I'm just so happy that you're here. I love balancing classes. When we head back to our mats today, we're gonna start seated, but don't worry, we'll get up and moving pretty soon. So just make sure you have something warm on for the beginning while we're breathing. Maybe it's a little space heater nearby, or maybe you keep your socks on just for a moment, or your sweatshirt. And we're gonna work on some breath, balancing our breath in the beginning of class. And once we get breathing, if we count a little bit too high for you and it feels like it's not a comfortable breath length, just keep it at the length that we just worked on. So we're going to work up from 4 seconds to 8 seconds of breathing this morning, which can be challenging, but don't worry, we're going to work through it together. Welcome to class, everyone. Let's take a few stretches so we feel settled. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, pull them down to a goalpost, but scoot your elbows forward and fingers back. So we feel a scooping underneath the heart sensation. Re-inhale, rising to sky. Turn palms towards one another. And as you press your fingertips forward, round your back like an angry cat. Sweep arms open as eyes come forward. Clasp your hands behind your low back. Just take notice of which thumb always tends to land on top first, so we can change it next time. Big opening chest stretch. I want you to feel here, like you could crack your chest open and your heart would just be so buoyant that the universe could give it a big kiss. Inhale again. Let's tip over to the right, whether you like arms open, holding left wrist or right arm down. Take a really beautiful stretch. This should feel good, warming, not stressful. Just breathe and open. Re-rise when you're ready to breathe in. Tip to the left any way that it feels good for you, potentially holding right wrist. I like to let the left arm go. Give yourself some support so you can really lean in. Breathe and stretch big into the right side body. Back to the sky. Inhale here. Plant your hands behind you. Actually push them down on the floor, fingertips or fists. And then do another one of those big heart rising to the sky. Let the universe embrace it today. Big inhalation, back to the sky. Clasp your hands this time and press them forward. Now, did you notice which thumb came on top again? It's always that habitual one, isn't it? So just see if it makes a difference when you move them all over. Press your knuckles away from your back and round your back to the wall behind you. Big breath in. Reopen, arms out really wide. Goalpost your arms, scoot your elbows forward. Feel that? It helps you, right? Your shoulder blades create this little shelf, and they just boost you right up to the sky. Reaching in, big breath in. Let's tip to the left first this time. Maybe you want to put your left hand somewhere new, so when you lean, it feels a bit different. I like to lean forward, then you get into your low back as well as your sides. One more here, big breath in. Reach over to the right side. Okay, did you land in the same spot? Try a new spot this time. Moving around through our eyes and our neck, be very curious today, open-minded, kind and compassionate. Re-rise, big breath in. And then literally just shimmy through your shoulders. Give them a few shrugs. Soften the elbows, hands, and fingers. And then when they feel a little warmer, release your hands down somewhere that you can relax for a moment. Palms up to gather, bring in energy. Palms down to settle and ground our energy this morning. Let's take a clearing breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Like a big sigh here, yogis. Make it audible. Big breath in again. Full clearing breath out. Let's begin our breath practice. Inhaling slowly, softly. 4, 3, 2, and balancing that breath with the same exhalation. 4, 3, 2, one more time like that. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Soften face. 3, 2, 1. Increase. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 6, 5, Soften and exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. If you can, increase. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Sit up a little taller. Exhale very slowly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more big round. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Breathe into your ribs. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And try to squeeze a little extra puff out. Return to normal breathing. I love that extra puff because you get really empty. You expel all of the old stagnant air. Now you're ready to energize. Well done, yogis. Let's turn the corner. Come around to your tabletop just for a moment. And let's warm up our wrists. We're going to work through some spinal articulations to begin. Tuck your toes. Get the bottoms of your feet and the little back of your toe joints stretched out. Move any way and all of the ways that it feels good. I like a tiny left to right, a tiny forward and back, just feeling into your shoulders and your wrists. Always listening to your best teacher, your body. Listening to that for requests, listening to that for no's. If it says back off, please do. I'll just be your guide today. Maybe some circles would feel good. And then when you're ready, dial your fingers out of one or both hands, just any degree. They could even spin all the way back towards your fingers. So let's experience this for a moment. You may want to flatten out the tops of your feet. Now, keeping wrists in any formation that feels really good for you, we're rolling through some cat-cows. Let's make it linear to begin. Exhaling, rounding, angry cat back to the sky, tail and chin tuck, eye gaze up to belly. Inhale, navel falls, tail and top of head rise. Eye gaze, if your neck feels good, moving skywards. This is the linear version where we roll straight to the sky and straight back down to the floor. But really get into this. See if you can shrug your shoulders here and there, bend your elbows here and there. Start to push through the palms when you do your cat and pull palms towards knees in your cow. One more, yogis. If your toes are still untucked, retuck them. And now we move into circular cat-cow, just meaning that we're going to push out through the ribs and make it more of a left to right in addition to our up and down. Feel free to travel in the same circle the whole time. We're going to switch that in a second. Remembering as we bend our elbows and move our shoulders, we can get a better experience, more sensational. Switch your circles if you want the same direction. Okay, this feels pretty good. Things are getting a little warmer, right? Allow the tops of your feet to fall again and stretch your arms forward for child's pose. Let's take a very active child's pose. Our fingertips are spread so wide. Our palms are cupping the floor. So we have fingertips pulling towards one another like we're trying to squish a ball that we're holding in our palm. Feel that energy? Transfer up your arm. You might even feel your armpits lifting. Feel your sides stretching. One more big breath in. Flattening out the palms and begin to roll forward, yogis. Angry cat to tabletop. Cow towards our child's pose. If it would feel better in reverse, please do whatever feels good. Just moving forward and back this time. Breath that matches your movements. I prefer exhale for angry cat. Inhale for cat. Do what feels best for you. Moving with our breath. We have one more round here. Now we'll go a little further in that in a second, but let's stretch out our shoulders. Thread your left arm under the right, but today, instead of looking to the right, we normally take our eyes to the right, yes? We're gonna keep the eyes forward. Tent your right fingertips again, and then rest down either your forehead towards the floor, or I like to look at my right fingers and take my chin towards the floor. We're just getting a little heavier in our shoulder stretch, our deltoid stretch. If it feels too intense, feel free to rest your left temple down and look towards your right fingers. One more breath in. If perhaps you can connect your throat with your upper shoulder, you can get a really nice lymphatic release there. A little massage into that lymph node is quite nice. A little odd at first, but quite nice. Let's look back forward, lift your chin, reach both hands out, take a break, turn your palms to the sky and rest your forehead down, bending elbows softly. Love that moment. You can feel your stomach rise on your thighs as you breathe. Eyes back forward, re-engage this extended, energetic child's pose. Right arm threads under the left. Walk out as far as feels good for you, and we're tenting left fingertips, either forehead to floor, over your shoulder, or eye gaze checking out the left fingertips, whatever feels best. You choose whether you like your palm up or down on the right hand. I believe here, if you keep your palm down, you'll feel a little bit more sensation in that outer upper shoulder. And if you can get low enough, your right lymph node in your throat may be able to connect with the head of your right shoulder. Soften your jaw, soften your facial features here. One more breath in. Eye gaze looking back forward, unthread, re-reach out, take that moment of rest. Palms turn up, elbows are very soft, rolling collarbones and chest open as our head hangs. All right, a funky round, yogis. Bring palms down. And from child's pose, watch me if you don't know striking cobra. We're gonna skim our nose and chin along the floor as our elbows bend, scooping our way forward into baby cobra. Squeeze elbows together, shoulder blades back and down. Press back to child's pose, striking cobra. Chin and chest, skim your mat. As you rise into baby cobra, press back, child's pose. That's all there is. Striking cobras, I'm gonna call them. So come with me, strike quickly like a snake. Well, I like to move slowly in the beginning, and then you work your speed up just a little bit once your spine gets warmer. And as you do notice that warming sensation, if baby cobra doesn't feel good enough, feel free to press all the way up. Full cobra, or you can come into your up dog. So full cobra would be a little bit straighter in the arms. We have two more. Inhale, up dog would be straight in the arms, but our knees and thighs would have to rise here, shoulders back and down. One more round of whatever feels great. Inhale. Exhale. Child's pose with touch toes this time. Keep arms really active and lift your knees, yogis. We're gonna crouch here. Ooh, does that feel good on the back of your ankles? In your Achilles tendon? Oh yeah. When you're ready, hips will rise, downward facing dog. Organically moving, intuitively listening to our bodies here. You do whatever makes you happy and feel free. And in just a moment, we'll come together and move as one. Take a big breath in and out. One more breath in and out. When you're ready, elevate your right toes, point them and stretch them anywhere it feels good, three-legged dog. Flex your foot and tap or hover above the ground. Inhale, rise, point. Exhale, lower, flex. As you go through this, keep on pushing out through your palms. Head back behind the elbows, chest guiding towards thighs. One more big stretch up and down. 2 feet, 2 hands in your regular dog. Lift and lower both heels. I like an inhalation. It just feels right? When you rise the heels, inhale. Exhale, ease them back wherever they feel great. Inhale. Exhale. Step a little wider, my friends, and 1 footprint closer to the heels of your hands. Thread left arm under body and reach for the outer right leg. Bend your knee to find it. You can hold anywhere from your knee to your heel. Once you have a grip, straighten through the right leg and peer out your right armpit. That sounds so funny, doesn't it? Peer out your right armpit. Only a yogi would get that. Would be like, okay, no problem. One more big breath in. Eye gaze back forward as you unwind. Step your legs back. Any depth, any length for downward facing dog. Let's lift up through the left toes. Same as we just did, my friends. Inhale, point to the sky, or as high as it feels good. Flex and hover or tap toes. Inhale. Exhale. Now, can you be conscious as we move through this of your thumb, the base of your thumb and the base of your index finger? Pressing down, inner elbow crease rolling forward, wrapping biceps up and around, triceps in and under. 2 feet, 2 hands down, widen up again. Maybe a footprint closer to hands. Right arm threads under body.
Bending left knee to grasp somewhere on that leg so you can twist under your left armpit. Eye gaze right up and around. The more up you look, the more your neck will stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more round here. I know shoulders are feeling warm. Step back to your comfiest. Downward facing dog, a little wider than normal. So you can sweep your right fingertips behind you, reaching them up past your head. Coming off the shoulders in a moment, yogis. Reach back forward, regular dog. Left arm does the same. Sweep back, three-pointed dog. Reaching and breathing in. Exhaling, replacing, looking forward, stepping forward. Tiptoes. One big step, then another, a hop, whatever floats your boat, and then hang in, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you'd like to accommodate your hamstrings. Really giving them some love. Breathe into the back body here. Hold opposite biceps and just a little pogo stick. We're gonna bounce our forearms very softly to the floor. Just bringing and guiding some length into the hamstrings. Let's keep our grasp. But begin a little spin, elbows to heels. As our knees are very bent, we might feel the inner and outer arches rising, stretching into the inner and outer ankles. Slowly, slowly working our way to the sky, an extended mountain pose. As we roll, breathing and rubbing up against some tension we're finding. Keep your arms, but as they reach overhead, hold forearms or elbows instead of biceps. Feel okay? All right, you stay here, but I want you to do this with your arms. Try to pull them apart. So the action is whoosh, that way. We're gonna hold on, but really pull. What happened when I did that? Shoulders pulled down from ears, and I feel strength building here, right? Breathing. Wiggling a little taller in our ribs, a little softer in our shoulders, and growing by putting our stilettos on. Today's class is what? Be balanced. So we're really gonna work on this. We are boss balance babes today. One more inhalation. Keep pulling elbows apart, very strong, beautiful job. Open the arms, almost there with the balance, almost there. Breathe in, heels melt down. Whoo, shoulders stretch behind you, clasp your hands. Hey, hey, which thumb went on top? Do you wanna switch it? Just becoming aware of that. You switch when you want. Really crack your chest open. Keep the arms, bend knees, and find chair pose. So when we find chair, look down. If I can't see my big toes, or all my toes, I'm gonna push my knees back, set my hips a little lower. Chest will rise, inhale. Buns will sit. Exhale. Twice more, inhale. Exhale. One more, breathe in. Exhale. Breathe into your thighs. They need you right now. The bonfire has begun. Breathe in, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the arms for a moment. They can rest on the small of your back or climb skywards. When you're done with this stretch, allow your hands to fall to the small of your back and just drift down your legs so they have a really soft landing on the floor. Halfway lift as you inhale, yogis. Exhalation, find your fold again. Right leg steps back. We are moving and grooving today, my friends. You find kneeling or modified options whenever you need it. As your right foot steps back, right blade edge falls. Inhale to reverse warrior, or I like to call it sun warrior. You've got a ball of sun in your left hand. Put it as high in the sky as you can. Right arm can be relaxed, or you're welcome to wrap it. You'll see this posture frequently. Let's roll right back down. Twisted lunge. Right hand falls, left arm rises, squeeze your inner thighs. Both arms fall, and we spin a little 180 yogis, spinning around the mat to face the right toes. Here we are again, lunging in the other side. Left blade edge falls, sun warrior. You're holding it in your right hand. That's the sound of us putting it high in the sky. Sounded like a rocket. Left hand around the low back if this feels good. Spin down, twisted lunge, left heel rises. Left arm falls, right arm rises. Eye gaze up as we squeeze the inner thighs. Right hip towards the left toes. Both hands down, spin a little 180. Back to the first side. There are no changes, yogis. Right blade edge falls, sun warrior, breathe in. Any arms that feel good for you. Breathe out, twisted lunge, left arm high. Eye gaze may follow if the neck feels good. As we release left arm, we do a little spin, spin. Finding low lunge, finding sun warrior. Twisted lunge. Right arm rises. Low lunge again, switch sides. Same, but we're gonna work it with the breath. Low lunge, inhale. Sun warrior, exhale. Twisted lunge, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. 180 spin, inhale. Exhale, sink into your low lunge. Inhale, sun warrior. Exhale, twisted lunge. Making our breaths as long as possible so we can really enjoy these postures. Inhale, low lunge. Collarbones forward. Exhale, spin. We have one more round, yogis. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, sun warrior. Inhalation, twisted lunge. Left arm gliding high. Exhalation, low lunge. Inhale to spin. Exhale to settle. Collarbones big. Inhale, sun. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to low lunge, the biggest breath you've got. Exhale, spin back around to where we started. Inhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Big breath in, float your heels high. Big breath out, float your heels down. Inhale again. Exhale. Next time we ride this wave, roll it forward, yogis. Inhale, roll, 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 plank position. Knees for round one, optional. Elbows hug the body. They point straight back for chaturanga. Body to the earth, melted in. Walk your toes back, finding our Sphinx postures. Forearms down, fingers spread, eye gaze forward. Now let's unsqueeze our buns and try to pull out of the low half. One more big breath in. Keep sliding elbows back towards your hips to glide heart more forward. Stay exactly as you are in body, but drop your chin to your chest. Envision the space between your shoulder blades stretching long. Breathe into it again. Exhale, release to the floor. Press back, child's pose. Toes tucked. We're finding that crouch again, my friends. Knees rise, press back. You might do a little bounce. Hips find the sky. Eye gaze looks forward. Right leg rises. Keep looking forward. Find a little baby back bend as we stretch here. Stepping up to the left thumb. I said that right, left thumb. Step forward so that when you step your left leg in, it comes behind your right foot. Little cross-legged. Forward fold here. Press your big toes down. That's important so we stretch fully left to right across the backs of our legs. Take a little shake of your head. No thank you tension. Goodbye tension. Shake it. Yes. Yes for Friday. Yes for a weekend ahead. Slow your head. Shake out your shoulders if you feel like you need it. Press your big toes back down. Big inhalation to rise. This one's a little harder. Up and overhead with your cross-legged forward fold. Big breath in. Stay here. Elbows come down. They scoot forward and we find this open sense of back bend. I like to push my pinky fingers wide, finding more width here. Reach to the sky, breath in. Come back down through this cross-legged forward fold, release. And as you step your left leg back this time, you undo that cross-legged business. Good job, yogis. Clasp your hands all the way out and overhead. Elbows by the ears. Pointer fingers extended. Take a big breath in. Long, low, loaded lunge. Chest rises on your inhalation. Big breath in. Are you able to tuck tail just a little bit? Ooh, feel how that opens up your left hip flexor. Find something sensational there to breathe into and open. Keep your Kali Mudra, that's our clasp with the extended index fingers, straightening your right leg softly. We like to think about pulling kneecap high into thigh. So it's a very gentle straightening. Send the body forward, finding pyramid pose. If this is much too challenged in our balances, fingertips can fall under shoulders. Try one more breath with your Kali Mudra. Release fingertips, lift up through your left heel, back heel, creating more space. And then possibly bend into that left knee. Does that change the front hamstring stretch? Re-straightening to wide pyramid. Bend right knee, push back downward facing dog. Take a little wiggle or a shimmy or a shake, whatever feels great. Roll forward into plank. Knees or no knees, you choose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend, my friends. A little tiny baby cobra, feels good. Widen feet if there's any constriction in your low back during back bends. Maybe a bit bigger if you like that. Press back child's pose. Crouching child's tuck toes. Feel your Achilles stretching as you lift your knees. Rise into dog. Left leg, breath comes in as we extend. Hips open or closed, however it feels really nice. Look forward for a bit of a back bending dog. Step to your right thumb. Right leg steps behind the left foot, cross-legged. Forward fold, where do we want our big toes? Really plug them in. Hang heavy, shake out shoulders or neck, whatever feels great. Replug your big toes and roll or hinge to rise. Soften your knees, slow and steady. This one's a tricky one. Once we get to the sky, big breath up and in. Finding your goalpost formation. And as elbows scoot forward, send pinky fingers wide. Breathe in. Oh, feel that spreading sensation as you're opening to become bigger. Reach skywards again. Gotta float back down with our cross leg. Big plug of the toes. Release softly. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. Super job, yogis. Take a big breath in. Downward facing dog. Let's roll forward. One more breath through chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Tiptoe walk forward, or you can take a step or a hop, whatever makes you really happy. Right leg steps back. Kali Mudra, the clasp overhead with our index fingers pointing forward. Low, long, loaded lunge, kneeling or not. Chest and belly are hovering the left thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exhale, rise through the chest. Now we want to feel sensation in right hip flexor, yes? Maybe try a little tail tuck, possibly a right knee bend. How can you scoot this right hip more forward? Feel it lengthening. All breath right here. Left knee softly rises. Give your quad a squeeze, a little hug perhaps, of kneecap to upper thigh. Stretching forward, this is balancy, I know. Try to extend into your pyramid pose. It's a wide pyramid with the Kali Mudra for one breath. Bending into left knee as much as necessary. Fingertips fall. Oh, that's better. Breathe in. Try to square the hips. Right hip point forward, left sits bone back. One more breath. Rebend left knee. Hallelujah, we made it. Push back, downward facing dog. One more round right here, yogis. Breathing in. Breathing out. Any back bend that makes you happy. Possibly an up dog, but if arms straighten, knees and thighs rise as well. Pressing back, downward facing dog. Let's find our way into some balances. Eyes forward, tiptoe, step, step, or bend knees and hop. Once you arrive, roll to rise. Take a big stretch skywards. Inhale. Heel towards left butt. I meant to say left heel towards butt. And then reach back and attempt grabbing. Both hands, great. Just the left hand, great. However, you can stretch your quads. Now, a little tuck again of the tail can be super beneficial. So we want to keep our knees side by side, but try to scoot your tail forward, which puts the knee forward. We're going to then glide it back. A little kick into the left leg. Whoa. A little kick goes a long way, doesn't it? Then breathe energy through this left quad. Okay, starting that cracking open feeling in your sternum. Widen shoulders, press heart skywards, take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, hinge at your waist, left thigh and chest come parallel to the floor. At any time, you're welcome to drop fingers under shoulders for support, yogis. Stay strong, big breath in. Upon exhalation, send left toes and both sets of fingers so open, so wide, webbing is spread, energy shooting behind you like a rocket blaster. Left fingertips down, right arm skywards if possible. Tricky, tricky. Big balance here. Breathe in. Eye gaze back down. Breathe out. Right fingertips fall. Walk fingers back towards the right toes. Tap left toes down. This is a great place to stay. I want you to really find upside down. Tuck chin to chest, nose and forehead to knee and shin. Possibly holding on to your right ankle to help you get a little bit closer to your right leg. If it's in your practice, start to elevate left foot. Finding your version, any version is great, of standing split, whether your hip is open or closed, whether you feel like you really want to challenge yourself and add both hands to the right ankle. One more big breath in. Full breath out, but as you rise, yogis, look forward, bend your right leg and try to gather your left knee up. Bring it with you. Last big breath in this side. Exhale, release. Woo-hoo, holy glutes. Standing leg gets a lot of work. Well done. Shake it out. Allow it to jiggle and be free. Or if you need a little kneading massage or a rub or a tap, give it to your body. Big breath in. Big breath out. Gather up your right heel in towards your buns, one hand or two. If you're unable to grab, it might really benefit you to pause. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can get the belt of a robe or a real belt or a soft dog leash. And then loop that over the top of your foot so you can really experience a beautiful stretch and a very big muscle, powerful one. All right, let's do that little tuck, knees side by side, tail tucks, scoot your knee back again. And then start to kick into your right leg. Oh, love that part. What a difference. Breathing in here. Hinging when you're ready, my friends. Right thigh, chest parallel to the floor. Wobbles are expected. That means we've pushed out of our comfort zone. And without exiting the comfort zone, we will never grow and improve. So we do want wobbles. We do want to feel a challenge. Extend right toes behind you. Super energy, yogis. Right toes and all fingers are open and energized. You might feel a little spark shooting out the edges. Right fingers to the floor. Left arm skywards, squaring our hips as we twist towards the left. Eye gaze optionally coming skywards. Down is the safe zone, so you do what feels good for you. Eyes back down, left fingers down. Walking back towards our left toes. Tap your right toes down so you can collect yourself here for a moment. Let's see how upside down we can get, no matter where our right leg is. Back of neck, if you touch it, there's no wrinkles. Nose is coming towards left knee. Maybe we like to hold on. Left hand to left ankle. Feel the stretch in your left hamstring. And elevate your right leg to any degree. Feeling breath saturate our body. Softening our facial features, allowing everything to hang a bit more heavily towards the floor here. Challenge on, both hands grab the left ankle. Just saying it gives me the wiggles, so good luck, yogis. One more big breath. Eye gaze looks back forward. Fingertips come out for support. As we rise, yogis, bend left knee and carry your right knee up with you. As high as you can, stamp your left heel down and rise. Let it go. Whoo, hoo, hoo. We did it. Shake out your left leg. Oh, man. Whatever's feeling it. Most likely your glutes. Give them a little pat. Just loosen up those muscles. Once things become loose, then we know the tension is gone. Well done. Big breath in. Big breath out and down. Forward fold. Let's take a break before we balance again today. Stepping as wide as you can on your mat. Wide enough that we're about 2.5 body lengths wide. And when we bend into each knee, we stay knee behind pinky toes, okay? And if you feel really low with hands on the floor, feel free to walk hands to thighs. Do a little swish. Do a little swish. And then we're going to stay on the right side. Right knee behind your toes. Soft in the left knee. Come where it feels good. Buns back. Chest very active. Fingers maybe down. Or you might like to clasp fingers behind low back. Shoot your knuckles away from your skull. Tuck your chin, lengthen back of neck. Going for a really strong side lunge here, but a big stretch into the left inner thigh. Breathing. Come back into the center. Fingertips fall and just take a wide-legged forward fold. If you make contact with your face or head on the floor, step your feet in a little closer together, please. Allow everything to hang heavy in the upper body. Let's walk both hands over to the right foot, or as close as you can get. And we're going to try to fold over here, my friends. So holding on to the right leg, give yourself just a tiny twist. Nose twists down towards the right shin. Hugging on with both hands if possible. Now, while you're here, if we play a little bit with our inner and outer arches of our feet by squeezing them together and pushing them out, we'll get more sensation opening and closing the back body and the sits bones. Eye gaze to the floor, left fingers down, right under your nose about, and then lift your body so you're really long in your sides and stomach. Right arm rises skywards. When we feel stacked in our arms, eye gaze can optionally follow. You may like to walk left fingertips a little bit more to the right for bigger twisting. One more huge breath in here. Unwind, come on back to the center. Turn toes in or out, however they feel really nice. Going back into that wide stance. So we can start our swish again, checking knees are behind toes for safety. And then once you get back to the left, let's stay. Anywhere feels good. Yes, high, low, just finding it. But then we notice here, breathing into the inseam of the right leg, strengthening through the quad and the glute on the left leg. If we can, reach our tops of heads away from tails, clasp hands behind low back, perhaps the optional bind of the weird thumb on top. Weird is very good. And then stretch long, halfway lifting, side lunge. Breathe, breathe, yogis. Developing confidence in your practice today. One more breath. Doesn't require you to move or form positions in any specific way. It means we're doing the best for our bodies and minds, moving intuitively. Fingers down, coming back into the center, toes turn back in maybe. Kind to the knees, just fold for a second, release that big stretch. Re-rise and walk hands to the left. Might just want to stay here. We're going to try to fold over the left leg though. Any amount of hands on the left leg. Turn your nose towards your shin and try to fold yourself over your left leg. Just noticing what's happening here. Right body's dropping. Let's keep it long. Keep on pulling your nose over your left toes. Rise a little bit. Right fingertips come back down just about under your face. So we can elevate the left arm skywards. A big twist. Eye gaze, might want to travel skywards. We are connecting our breath as we cross and reach. Moving right hand a little bit more to the left for deeper sensation. Final breath here. And as we exhale, top arm falls. We come back into the center one more time, but toe heeling in, bending knees and hopping in, some way that we can find our way back to regular forward fold. Bend your knees a lot to give yourself a break here. A little tiptoe stand or a closed-toed, open knees, yogi squat. I'll show you both. Closed toe, open knees, yogi squat. Really nice to try to balance here. Challenge yourself, just give your hamstrings a break. Or tiptoe pose. Heels rise, buns fall to heels, shins, oh, excuse me, these are thighs. Thighs come parallel to the floor. And again, you can try to balance by extending arms somewhere new. All right, after that stretching, I'd say we're ready for another balance challenge. From your position, can you drive down through balls of feet and rise as you are? It's okay if you need to find another way to rise. Slower is stronger. Heels stay lifted. Straight as an arrow to the sky. Big breath in. Full breath out. Heels melt down. Oh, baby, good job, yogis. Shake everything out. All right, butterfly hands. Thumbs come together. Butterfly wings are your fingers. They're spread really wide, up and overhead. Same as here, how we tried to pull apart. Do that again. Ha. Feel your shoulders? Great. Left toes rise. Crossing over, little kickstand. Single wrap or double wrap into eagle legs. We want to go low with the buns, as low as you can go. Keep pulling. Fingers got a little lazy. Let's keep pulling. Like you're trying to pull your thumbs apart. Stay strong. Breathe in. Right arm in front of body, left arm behind. Give yourself a huge hug. Send your left leg behind you. I'm going to turn to the side. We're finding half moon with this beautiful hug. Left leg pushes behind you, flexing in your foot here. As we try to stack left side body, shoulders and hips, over the right side body. Eyes down for most stability. Forward or up for the big challenge. And listen, when you challenge yourself, you're going to wipe out. Okay, so we just shrug it off. We dust ourselves off. We might giggle, I always do. And then we come right back. Big breath back to the sky. Left knee rises. Inhale. Exhale. Woohoo! Almost done. Balances, yogi. Shake out that standing leg. Oh, we did it. All right. Come on back to the other side. But we come overhead this time with lover's hands. So normally if you clasp, palms are together, yes, wrists are open. Today we're going to cross our wrists and clasp super cute lover's hands. I just love that. Right knee rises. Cross thighs. You have kickstand, single, double wraps available to you. Sending our body in two different directions. Knuckles up, hips down. Breathing steady. Soften face, soften left toes. Good, good, good. Stay here for one more big breath. Left arm gives you the front body hug. Right arm around the low back. Release right leg from this little bind. Send it behind you. Flex energy through that foot. Drop left side body under right. Where's your challenge, yogis? If you feel steady, there's no wiggles, there's no hitchy breaths, then you need to challenge yourself. Move your eyes off the floor. Move your eyes to the sky. Be prepared, though. Gather yourself back up. If you took a tumble, come back to us. Big breath in. All we have to do is stand. It sounds so easy, but it's so challenging. Rise through the right knee. Once you get there, celebrate your accomplishment. Let your knee down. Give yourself a big shake. Gather your arms to the sky. And then mentally pat yourself on the back or physically. Good job, balances. All right, let's take another round of cleansing sun salutations. Release to forward fold. Halfway lift, my friends. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg, left leg. Step back, back. Plank position. Chaturanga. Back bend of choice. Feet wider, left to right if you're feeling crunchy in your low back. Exhale, roll back. Downward facing dog, or you can opt for child's pose here instead. We have a 0.5 round, not a full point, just a little half round left of balances. And then we're done for sure. Eye gaze looks forward, step, step, tiptoe, hop, do what feels great. Challenge yourself to heel lift and then roll to rise, or hinge if your back likes that better. Did you make it? Oh man, that is not easy. Once you get to the top, big V arms for victory. Release heels, release your worries, release any stresses. Good, release any expectations. It's gonna go how it's gonna go. Holding opposite elbows overhead again, or forearms. Take your right knee to the sky, turn it out to the side. And you know you can always tap low, yes? Anywhere for tree pose. The higher you lift your right thigh, the higher your opportunity is. We're gonna press the left thigh into, or the left calf, whatever you've landed on, into the right leg, and then tip over willow tree to the right side. Absolutely love this posture because I read about how the trees are all interconnected with the plants underground, and they nourish one another, they communicate with one another. So it feels like when we do tree, we can pull up the energy from beautiful, amazing
Mother Earth. Big breath in. Extend fingertips. Stay in your willow tree. Rise back to the sky. Keep the arms where they are. Soften your shoulders if possible. Right knee back to side. Center. Release. Don't think. Just go. No expectations. Lift your left knee. Pull it out to the side. Lift again. Lift again to wherever you can. If you felt like you landed unsafe, use your hands to help you up. But otherwise, soften right knee and press leg into left foot. Opposite elbow, hold overhead. Breathe in again. Soften shoulders and face. Tip to the left. Beautiful job. Becoming one with our trees here. One more big breath in. Extending left arm and right arm straight over to the left side. Back to center. Relift left knee to the side. Come into the center. Balances are done. Exhale, release. Holy shoulders. Everything gets a good workout there. Find some joy, find some lightness, let go. Beautiful job, yogis. One more breath in. Rise to the sky. Full breath out. Coming on down to a super comfy seat, whether that be easy seat for you. I want the right shin in front first, please. Or you can come into modified half lotus. And if you have to stay in something like a star pose, bound angle, feel free. But if we're here, crossed or stacked, right leg in front or on top. Scoot sits bones away from knees. And let's take a tiny twist to the right side. Big breath in. Full breath out, eyes over right shoulders. Same thing on the left, big breath in. Rise through crown. Exhale, peek over left shoulder. We're gonna go for a few more of these. Whether you like to rise your arms in between to keep the length in your spine and sides. Whatever feels good, but move with breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale into your twist. Continue pressing knees forward and down. Balancing classes are awesome because I want you to remember that when you feel joyful, happy, light, and bright, come to your yoga mat. But alternatively, we wouldn't know any of that if we hadn't experienced the lows, the isolation, the darkness, the depression. All those things allow us to appreciate the opposite. Our yoga mat is here to support us in every way, every day, no matter what your feelings, thoughts, and emotions are. They are all valid and real. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you're done with that left twist, come back to the center, lean fingers behind you, and if possible, extend legs without the use of your hands. If they're a little stuck, feel free to help them. Just let them tick-tock through the toes and ankles, shake through the knees, and then refix yourself so the left leg is in front or on top. All right, scoot your buns back from your knees so you're really long in the outer thighs, and we're folding forward on this one. Take a big stretch forward. If sits bones tend to rise, lift up, plug them back down, stretch forward with the connection in place. Big breath in. Full breath out. Wherever you have landed, consider tucking your chin towards your chest, allowing everything on your face to be really soft and heavy. Coming back to our confident practices means that we're doing the best for our bodies and minds. We have asked our bodies what they needed in each moment, moving thoughtfully, moving and breathing from your heart instead of from a cue or from a photo you've seen or from an expectation you have. Really curious, open-minded, and intuitively listening. One more big breath in. Left hand stays forward. Right arm either opens behind us or skywards. Little tiny twist over the right shoulder. Right hand replaces the left. Left arm sweeps open behind us or skywards. Releasing back down. And as you roll to rise, do a couple of those, oh, I love these, torso circles. Super therapeutic for the low back. Continuing the connection, the anchoring. Sits bones down into the earth. Take a big breath in, big breath out. And when you've had enough of those, lean back. Allow your legs to try to undo themselves. If they need help, of course, help them. And then just give yourself whatever feels good. A shake, a little tick-tock, Maybe you have bent knees and your windshield wiping. Anyway, to release tension. A couple more for our hips here. Allow both knees to fall to the left, bent knees to the left. And once you've arrived, scoot around. So we have about 90-degree bends in our knees here. Left fingertips behind us. Right hand to the hip, just so you can check to make sure your hip likes this. Squeeze your buns, lifting hips into a spiral lift. Right arm rises when you feel great. Eye gaze down towards your left thumb. Really stretch your left side away from your hips. That crunchy side, we want to keep it as long as the right is. Eye gaze back up. Hand holds your skull, right hand to your skull, and press your elbow point away from your ear. Really wide and big. Take up space. Eyes back down. Release. Stretch fingertips behind you so your legs can try to do the work. Maybe a swish, swish. When you're ready, land to the right. Just scoot around here so we feel clear under sits bones and tail. No flesh stuck under there. About 90-degree knees, and left hand comes to hip while right hand finds the earth behind us. Little squeeze of the buns to help the hips open as we rise. When your hip is great, lift up through the left fingertips. Eye gaze down, stretch left arm overhead, keeping right side body as alive as the left is. Eyes to sky, left hand cradles the skull. Give a little push back with your head as you pull left elbow point away from your ears. Eyes back down, hips follow. As we ease back towards the front, everybody finds star pose, butterfly pose, bound angle, whatever you like to call it. Diamond shape, or heels can be really close to buttons. What makes you happy? Let's do that. More of that, okay? Coming forward, yogis. I love to hold the shins here. Get a big lift in your chest. A big exhalation. Go long, long, long. Spine is very long here. And then when you reach your max, go a little further. And then release. Just melt on down. If you've landed on your forearms, turn them up to face the sky, helping your collarbones stay wide. And if you have a diamond shape, our anatomy is so amazing. Maybe someday, maybe not, who knows, we'll be able to get our foreheads into this perfect little shape that our inner arches make. It just melts right on down in there. Softening through your jaw for the last couple of breaths here. Re-rise when you're ready. Extend both legs straight. Take another little forward fold. We're gonna roll back into our mats today from forward fold. Let's just stretch our arms skywards. Very soft. We need no pressure in anything. Our toes, our ankles, our fingers, our shoulders, everything can be soft. Beginning to enliven the feet now so we can have energy and strength for when we lower. Flex both toes. Press heels down, press sits bones down and out. Can you think about widening your back body? Everything connected to the mat, pressing down and out. Let's climb up the shins, rising to a staff pose. Really straighten the body so we look like a capital L. Hands pressed down at our sides, more length in the side bodies and spine. Reach arms up to the sky. And then reach them forward, rounding your back, keeping heels plugged in. We're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time. Slow roll, yogis, slow roll. Releasing into the earth, reaching up and overhead for a good morning stretch. Press your left toes away from your fingers. Lift your navel, low back arches up and away from the mat. Everything spreading open and long. Hands come back down by your sides. Press your feet down, knees skywards, close to your hips so you can tickle your Achilles with your hands. And then tuck your tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Find lots of length through your spine. Press through heels. Think about squeezing a yoga block or a big textbook between your thighs so knees stay in line with hips as you rise to bridge. Just opening everything we just folded into. Take a big breath. If we need a little more space in our low backs, we could pop off the heels, put your stilettos back on. Keep tucking tail towards your knees. One more breath in. And let's all reach our arms overhead here.
Press the backs of your hands down on the mat or the floor. As we begin to lower our hips, we're going to take the fingertips skywards as well, but be really patient in the hips so that your hips and palms land down on your mat at the same time. Slow, slow, slow. Heels melt back down if they rose. Hugging knees in towards your chest. With hands or without hands, little gentle rock side to side, massaging over your spine. Allow both knees to fall to the right as your arms open wide to the sides. Eye gaze looks left for a really gentle spinal twist. Right hand may want to guide left knee towards the floor. Back into the center with eyes. Arms spread. We press down through shoulders. Draw a big breath in, and upon exhale, squeeze belly to rise back to the center. Knees fall left. Eye gaze gently looks to the right. Left hand may want to guide right knee a little closer to the earth. Sending lots of loving breath and thoughts down into your low back. Eye gaze skyward, shoulders repress, big inhale. Exhale, squeeze through your right oblique to rise back to the sky. Take a moment here to ask your body, do you need anything else, body? So if you have props at home, I would encourage you to get cozy for Shavasana. Waterfall is nice. If you can prop up your hips, you can take toes to sky and just rest here. I always like to push my big toes together and just relax. A beautiful inversion at the end of your class, draining all the lymph through the lower half, reversing the flow of blood. Something more traditional may suit you better today. We could steeple our knees, find a traditional corpse pose, extremities far away from the midline. You may like to turn into a little ball and roll to the side in your fetal position or come to seated altogether. Whatever makes you feel really wonderful to repeat our breath practice from the beginning of class. Let's cleanse our breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, any speed. One more just like that. And before we begin, take a moment to observe your breath in its natural state. Where do you notice it? In and around your nose? Is it a feeling of air passing in and air out through your chest, expanding and contracting there? Or are you able to inflate and grow your belly? Hopefully it's really diaphragmatic after lots of breath practice today. Wherever you are, honor that moment. It is all true and good. And we'll work together again, remembering that as we progress through the length of breath, if you felt more comfortable before that, stick with what feels good. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, exhale. 4, 3, 2, inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, softly inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Soften facial features. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. Last round. 8, sitting taller. 4, 3, 2, soft, slow exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing all of that. Just breathing, just being. Presence is such a gift. The more we practice this on our mat, the more you'll notice that you've cultivated this sense of curiosity and open-mindedness. You'll notice that you're in tune with your breath more frequently, and that you're noticing the tiny little minuscule mundane things in life. The more we slow down, allowing our breath to catch up with us, the more quality we bring to our breath and to our life as a whole. In turn, our personalities and our moods reflect this, and we create this big ripple effect.
Everyone just feels those really beautiful, breath-filled, positive, patient, responding vibes coming out of you. Congratulations on another beautiful practice, yogis. Thank you for sharing it with me and allowing me to be your guide in this practice. Let's consider opening ourselves, our minds, our hearts, our thoughts to the beauty, the joy, and the happiness that this world has to offer. Continue practicing, and I cannot wait to see you in the mat again. If possible, stay longer and linger in your Shavasana. If you have to get yourself going, let's gather ourselves up by moving a little through fingers, toes, ankles, and wrists, coming around the corners and out of our little balls as slowly as we can. Finding one another in a seated position eventually with our hands either at heart center in a little prayer or covering our heart. That feels so good. And then tuck your chin as a sign of gesture, gazing downwards. I didn't mean to say a sign of gesture, as a sign of gratitude for your strong bodies and minds, for carving out the time in a busy schedule to get here. Yogis, my light honors yours. And when we are in this together, our divine lights are one. Thank you again, and namaste.